He had ghosted me. He had lied about it. And now I'm pissed. This is part 7 of my epic Christian love story that almost didn't happen. Okay, so after the whole stapler incident, after that amazing first date with that first and second kiss that was, one for the ages, I've totally written him off. He didn't text me. He said he sent me an email. There was no email, even though he had sent it, just sent it to the wrong girl. I am done. So a week goes by, I don't see him, and this one day I just get up and I just feeling like putting on all the makeup, doing it all up, wearing even a skirt, which was very unusual for me, and I get to school, class is going well, I'm in between classes, and there he is. Oh man, I spent 6 months without seeing him after I first met him, and now it's like I can't get away from him. I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just mispopular in that moment. Tariq actually stops in the flow of traffic. There was it was like the main thoroughfare as people were getting to class. Everyone was going, hey Dakota, hey Dakota. Tariq was also hey Dakota, and I tell myself, I'm neutral. He didn't get to me. I can be friendly because I'm friendly, but I'm not really going to give him the time of day. But Tariq doesn't keep with the flow of traffic. He stops. People are having to move around him, and I need to turn the corner to get back to my class, but he's almost blocking me. Almost. And he starts to try to have a conversation. And I'm smiling. I'm like, okay, fine. But he keeps talking. People are moving aside. I can't focus really. And so then I look around. I'm pissed off. I pull him out of the flow of traffic to the side and I put my hands on my hips and I say, what's going on? And later, when Tariq could tell me about his side of things, he said that was a very interesting moment for him because I was the first girl he'd ever actually had to work for. So me putting him on the spot like that was kind of a new experience. He said, what do you mean? And I go, I haven't heard from you. He said, did you get my email? And I go, no, I didn't. And you stopped texting me. So he pauses, and now he's really trying to gain traction again. I can see how careful his face is, and I've still got my hands on my hips waiting to hear what this is. He says that he'd had to turn his phone off because he got into a minor parking lot car accident, had to pay the car bill, and decided the phone bill didn't need to be paid. That sounds like such BS. I don't know about you, but it just didn't cut it to me. And he said, I quote, I don't want this to jeopardize what we have. In my head, I'm like, we don't have nothing, buddy. You screwed it all up. But that's not what came out of my mouth. So maybe that's not what I actually believed. I look at him and I'm so frustrated and I go, I have to get to class, but there are lots of ways to contact me. And I say, do you have Facebook? Everybody's got Facebook at that point, right? He says, no. Ugh. And so I look at him and I go, well, maybe find a way to contact me and then maybe we can talk. And I storm off. So I'm upset at myself. That was not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was, I'm done. But that's not how I had gone. So I'm really frustrated. I get to my next class and I am just flustered. I think a friend even notices, but I'm like, I just don't want to talk. But here's a friend I could talk to, okay? I had a human friend named Becca who had a little Chihuahua service dog that came with her, and he was so well behaved. If you think Chihuahuas can't be well behaved, I think Chihuahuas are in 2 camps. Some are super neurotic and some are super sweet and amazing, and he was definitely the super sweet, amazing one. I was a budding animal communicator. Some of you know that about me, but I have a gift from God to speak to animals. And I wasn't doing it professionally yet, but I was practicing. And I thought, well, this dog can't tell anybody about this. So I sat down a few minutes before class and I opened up to this dog. And I said, this is my situation. What do you think I should do? And do you know, this little dog, he had the best advice for me. He thought about it and he said, whatever you do, respect yourself first. And then class started. But honestly, that was all I needed to hear. I later learned, because I got to know the dog's owner better, that she had been in abusive relationships before. And so the advice that her dog gave me was well earned because he didn't want to see me going through the pain that his person had gone through. Whatever you do, respect yourself first. So that settles me. That's my priority. Do you know that in the middle of that class, ding, my phone goes off. Guess who texted me? Tariq! Suddenly he has a way to contact me. Okay, so I decide I'm not going to let that bother me. I get out of class and then I go talk to another friend, someone who has always had my back, my mother. And I tell her what's going on. And I talk it through with her. And I decide with her on the phone, He is not worth it. It doesn't matter how cute he is. It doesn't matter how amazing that first date was. He is not worth it. I get off the phone with Mom and I text Tariq back. It's not happening. I say, I am not willing to date you because I don't think any relationship can survive after such a rocky start. But I'm not willing to give us a try after such a rocky start. And he argues with me back and forth, and I'm hoping I can find the text receipts. We'll see. But eventually he has to agree because I'm not budging. And then he says, well, can we at least be friends? And I say yes. But that was it. Or so I thought. So if you are wondering, how on earth do we get from this place of dismal, it's over, he's a douchebag, I've written him off, to our second date and eventually engagement and then marriage, you're going to want to stay tuned for the next part. Follow for more.